What's up, Lukesters? I am... Oh, no. Hold on. Gotta find it. Where is it? This isn't good. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, this is fine. Yeah, can't go without this. Alright. Well, there's balance in the world again. What's up, Lukesters? I am Superluke, and welcome back to Storytime Sundays. Still sounds so dumb. It needs a new name. Comment what you think the name of these series should be called, because I don't know if Storytime Sundays is a good name. Well, either way, I have an amazing story this time. Nothing weird or creepy this time. Straight up good old laughs. Good old laughs. That's all we're gonna get today. It's just good old fun. It's gonna be so funny that you might even poop yourself. Maybe a little pee. Maybe a little pee's in there. Here's the pee, but here's the poop. Like just a little bit of pee, but like mostly there's a lot of the poop because you were just laughing so hard that you just couldn't contain yourself and just lost all control. As most people do, I also like to take vacations. It is a great way to get away from the daily grind, get away from just toxic atmosphere, literal and figuratively. It's a great way to relieve stress, just take some time off, and recollect yourself. Honestly, in my opinion, vacations are very important to have in life. Just, it doesn't matter even if you leave. You don't have to go somewhere far away. As long as you just take some time for yourself to treat yourself. Doesn't matter. You could just be at home, chilling in your backyard, having a grill out with your friends. Just whatever means vacation to you. Whatever helps you relieve stress and gets you away from the daily grind is a vacation. But I'm not here to give a definition on vacation. So, this time there was no cat. So about 3 to 4 years ago, probably more going on 4 years, pretty sure it's 4. The family and I went to a small island in the Bahamas called Eleuthera. Great place, very beautiful. I had a burp coming there, but I had to withhold the demons inside. But great place. Had a lot of fun there, got a good sunburn, as one does, while visiting a tropical island. Also, the food was really good food. I love trying new foods when I go to different places. Experiencing different cultures and different food is just amazing. If you ever get the opportunity, definitely do that. But while we were there, of course, what you gotta do while you're on a beach vacation, go swimming. That's like the #1 thing to do, and get a sunburn. It's happening. I'm being visited by demons as we speak. The rapture is upon us. Why are you doing this? Stop. Stop. There we go. Alright, crisis averted. No devils are being summoned today. That's weird. I don't know why I was doing that. But either way, we had found this hidden, secluded beach that was behind this old, abandoned military base. It wasn't a big drive. It was actually like maybe 5-10 minutes away from where our hotel was. And when we got there, I didn't see any water or beach in sight. I thought we were just gonna do the old exploration, which I did not want to deal with. One of the locals told us there's this secluded beach, but you have to like walk through some shrubbery and trees, which it wasn't a big walk at all. Like, once you park on the old abandoned like parking lot, all you gotta do is just like a street, like the width of a normal street, like of shrubbery. Just walk through that and literally there was the beach. So I don't understand why there wasn't a lot of people, but not that I wanted a lot of people there. It's just like one of those things. I guess people just didn't want to deal with a small bit of shrubbery. But either way, we found this beach and we went back to this the same one a few times just because of how beautiful it was. There's literally no other person in sight. Maybe like a couple people like way far down along the shore, just really far away, like they'll be like, you know, ant size down there. But one of the days where we happened to visit this beach, we got settled down, we put down our blankets, we put down our basket of food, we threw that down there, we put our umbrella in the ground, you know, put the rocks around it so it doesn't fly off into the wind. It sucks when that happens. Once everything is set up, it is time to bring out the swim bod. And I'm still very white at this point, so I'm just a pale ghost, you know. So then I grab my brother, and then we both sprint. So we sprint at top speed, like we were being chased by a pack of hungry bears with gorillas riding on top. Why? Stupid light. I will get my other light out if you don't cut it out. There we go. I'm just talking about water. It's not a horror story. Calm yourself. You stop that. I mean, we were only running so fast because of the hot sand. I mean, it felt like lava under your feet. So it's just like, the faster you get to the water, the better. Like, for real. That stuff hurts. I don't understand how I guess they just don't have feeling in their feet anymore because they're just used to it. They're just like walking around just on soulless feet. No, we get out there, we're splishing and splashing, we're having fun, we're flipping off all the sharks. There weren't any sharks. I wouldn't be anywhere near that water if I saw sharks. But we were flipping off the sharks, like, we were wrestling the dolphins. No, you not believe in that? Well, we were swimming. We were swimming around the ocean. That's the believable part. We were swimming around the ocean. We were out there for some time. I was already feeling a little crispiness to myself. I knew we weren't alone out there, but I never really saw a lot of fish around me. Like, I didn't see anything. I mean, we stayed near mostly the shallow area. Like, no one really goes out too far. You kind of like stay where it's like almost to the shoulder, or just like at least around here. That's like where you just wade in the water, just have fun, like whatever. That's what I usually do when I'm out there. Then at some point, I, as one does, you challenge your brother to a, handstand contest in the water to see, like, who can walk the farthest, because, that's what one does while in the water. That's normal. I'm out there, doing handstands. We're having fun. But one of these attempts went very wrong. What I didn't realize is that every time I would do a handstand or just move around, I would kick up a bunch of sand, creating a smoke, a cloud, an avalanche of sand. And then as I go for this next handstand, my hands hit the sand, and I feel a sharp, piercing pain go through my chest. It was a shock to me. I sprang out of that water like a little girl. I was generic little girl scared reaction. I shot out of that water like a nuke. I just came out of that water, just straight out of that water. I'm telling a story. Ow, you're hot. I mean, you're a light bulb, so figures. Demons trying to stop me from telling my story. Get out of here. Where was I? Oh yeah, I sprang from that water like a dolphin. Not an elegant dolphin, but a dolphin at the least. And I was in shock. Everybody, my brother, my family, they look what's going on. They hear me yelling around. And the first thought that went through my head was a shark. A small shark came up and bit me. I'm checking my chest. I see there's nothing there except a trail of blood right here coming from my nipple. I was in shock. My nipple is in pain, and yet when I look around, there was nothing in sight. I was expecting a small shark to be somewhere. I was looking around, there was nothing in sight. There was nothing there. I don't know what it could have done. My parents and my brother, they're like, what's wrong? What happened? And they saw like, what happened to your chest? I was like, I don't know. And I'm looking around, and that's when I notice it. That's when I realized I was surrounded, encased by fish that were the exact same color as the water. They were basically transparent. I had no clue they were there until I had to focus so hard onto the water. Like, I had to focus so hard in the water to even see them. And this horde, nest, I don't know what you call a group of fish, a batch, a bundle. Well, there was a lot of fish, and I was thinking, I would have noticed these. There's like way too many. Like, I would have even felt them hit me, but they were just those kind of fish that you move and they just like perfectly, they just know where you're gonna move. They're like ninjas of the water. of the sea. They just know, waiting to attack as they did to me. They're sitting there, waiting to strike. And I was thinking I would have noticed all of these, and that's when I had my second realization. I wouldn't have noticed if there was like one or two, but from all my handstands and moving around, I kicked up so much sand that it had attracted and accumulated, I guess, all that fish in the little area that I was in. They were having a feeding frenzy, and I was the innocent victim in the middle. A fish was just trying to have a nice day, a nice meal, and what did it get? A mouthful of nipple. I don't know if maybe it thought if it was... Really? I don't know if it thought it was a piece of pepperoni or whatever, but it knew what it wanted. Or maybe it just didn't know that it thought it was a tiny bead floating within the water, and it wanted to claim that bead. And I paid the price, a painful price. Now, I wasn't bleeding bad, but it was a nice trickle of blood, and it hurt for a week straight. And you're probably thinking, like, how does that hurt? How does a fish bite hurt? Now, I know fish don't have teeth, but they have, like, sandpaper-like molars, almost. They're, like, very grindy, rough edges in their mouth. It's like sandpaper. It did not only grind, but it also tugged, because when I was underwater, there was a very sharp tug. Like, I really thought a small shark had come up to me and was trying to tear off my chest. I've never felt so scared in the ocean before. And it was a simple fish on top of that. And I ruined its evening. I ruined its entire meal. Like, they're gonna go on Yelp or whatever and give that ocean a 2-star rating. No other fish will ever come back to that same place. They will never eat there again because I ruined that day for that fish. That fish will probably never eat the same way again. They will probably be traumatized for the rest of its life. It'll have PTSD waking up in the middle of the night, remembering that awful taste it got. Well, guys, that's one of the weirder, funnier stories I have. Definitely on the weird side. Like, I've never had anybody tell me or agree with me that they've had a fish bite them in the nipple. Like, how does that even happen? Like, I don't even know how that happens, but, like, it happened. It's just like, when I tell people that, like, what do you mean a fish bit me? I was just like, I don't know, a fish bit my nipple. And it's like, isn't that normal? Like, that happened to you? Like, that doesn't happen to me. It's like, what? Well, either way, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit up that like button. Please subscribe. And as always, stay cool. Missing someone with all your heart. Missing someone.